I didn't plan for that article to be what it was. It, you know, it turned, as many interviews do. I'm sure you've experienced this too. It turns into something, you know, that became bigger than what I initially thought the conversation was.
Despite the fact that I had only seen 2 seasons of your show, I'd seen a lot of the commentary you made and a lot of the things you've done in the social justice space. And so I'm a fan of that Ellen Pompeo more so, I guess, than the Meredith Grey version. And I just have wondered, especially seeing that wonderful interview you did with Gina Rodriguez and Gabrielle Union. And it was a fourth woman whose name is just suddenly escaping me.
It's Emma Roberts.
Emma Roberts, that's who it was. And of course, the Hollywood Reporter story, where you openly discuss your pay, something more women ought to do. But your voice has just become so important and critical, especially, I would say, in the last 5 or 6 years. So I'm wondering, like, what was it? You may have always been this way, and maybe people like myself did not realize this, but what was it that caused you to kind of start to be more vocal about these issues of importance?
Well, thank you for saying all that. That's really meaningful coming from you. You also, we share that, you speak up and say what's on your mind. I would say, you know, probably age. Confidence comes with age. I think that, you know, as women, so much of our importance and our relevance comes from being young and beautiful, right? And I've said this before also, that what young girls don't realize is the older we get, the wiser we get, and the more confident we get. And so I would attribute my confidence to my age and having been through things. And also, you know, experiences like this, having my voice validated, you know, other women validating me speaking up continues to, you know, help my confidence and let me know it's okay and that it is helpful to people to hear when I have things to say. Because I don't ever want to sort of speak. All of my speaking that I do or all of my commenting that I do is always with the intention to help. It's never just to sort of say what I think, because, you know, who really cares about that? It's more, the intention is always, there's always intention behind it. And that is always to help in whatever way I can.
So, I mean, I think you're right about the age. Like, it does, you grow into yourself, you get more comfortable with yourselves. And then at some point you just kind of run out of fucks. And I don't know when that happens, but
Yeah.
when would you say that you probably ran out of fucks?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to get, I don't know if there's a specific age, but, you know, quite recently, I would say probably I ran out of fucks after that article, because that article was so interesting, you know, because I had all of these incredible people reach out to me and applaud me for that article, from, you know, Billie Jean King to Jay-Z to just all kinds of people who are like, that was amazing, right? Really people I admire and respect. And then I had people very close to me take it the wrong way, take it personally. And
I mean, what were they taking personally? Like what
I guess just, I really don't know. I can't speak for them. I just know that I got a lot of hate from my inner circle at the time. And, you know, women, and then, you know, haters are going to hate. We know that. So I think once you really understand that, you know, then you're able to give less fucks. the more experience, I think we should thank haters for that, because, you know, and also there comes a time when you mess up so many times, even if you do something wrong, or you say something wrong, or you say something that rubs people the right way, you still, you know, you're going to upset people, and you just have, as long as your intention is, you know, your heart is in the right place, then, you know, you can give zero fucks, I think.
Now, were you was the reaction, and I guess to give people a little backstory. So this was a piece done in the Hollywood Reporter that you wrote from a first person in 2017, where you talked about when you became known as the highest paid woman on television. And you talked about what this journey and this process was like, along with disclosing, your salary. And I'm curious, was the industry reaction different from, say, somebody like me who is not in the industry, where I was just applauding and thought this was really awesome? Did you find people in the industry maybe gave you more of that hate that you're talking about?
No. So one correction is I did not write that article, and I am forgetting the woman's name. Shame on me. Who wrote the article? Who interviewed me for that
Yeah, I'll look it
article?
up. But for some reason, I thinking it was in the first person. I'm not really sure why, but I'll look it up.
I don't know. She won an award, actually. That
Mhm.
woman won an award for that article. And I forget what the award also is called. No, I mean, everybody in the industry applauded me. It was only people who work with me in my direct circle thought that it was that somehow they were that it was somehow a diss to them, where it really wasn't. Honestly, in that article, I didn't plan for that article to be what it was. It turned, as many interviews do. I'm sure you've experienced this too. It turns into something, that became bigger than what I initially thought the conversation was, right? That's divine intervention. When that happens, that's the universe taking over. And it was meant to become a message, so boom, it becomes a message. But it was really meant to be me against the studio system. That article, the intention behind that was, it was me against the studio system, and to tell other actresses that this is how they bamboozle us. And Black actresses have a whole different experience, right? I'm talking as a privileged, blonde hair, green-eyed, white girl. My experience with the studio, and what they said to me, and what they did to me, and how they devalued me in order to make the best deal possible, and pit other people against me, or pit the male actor against me. That article was really just meant to be how the system, the studio system, devalues women.
So when you went in to do this article, and by the way, the author's name is Lacey Rose. I
Lacey,
looked it up, Lacey Rose. And did you go in knowing you were going to disclose how much money you made, or did that just kind of organically happen?
I knew, I can't remember specifically, but what I do remember is that we had to be very careful, because of course you don't want the studio to be upset with you, and you don't want to upset this. The goal wasn't to upset the studio. The goal was really to talk to younger actresses and say, this is what they do. Don't take it personally. They will pit you against one another. They will devalue you. They'll do anything in their systemic long practice of devaluing talent so that they can just get the best deal. So you shouldn't take that system that they use personally, because it isn't personal. And I used to think it was. And I had to go through it, several times. I've negotiated now, I don't know how many times, maybe 6 times on the show. You have to get to a place, and hopefully you have representatives that educate you along the way and teach you it is not personal. It's just what they do.